So of course, first thing we're going to be doing is taking a look at the options. There are a few to go through. First of all, graphics options. I do like the fact it's a drop-down menu. You can of course choose pretty much anything from a minimum of 1024 to, well, all the way to 1920. Graphics settings, predefined, not the greatest, but you know, at least it's, I suppose, an option, which is better than some games do give you. And going back, we have controls. This is where it gets a bit ugly. You'll notice that you can configure the controls by manually editing the configuration file in /config/controls.cfg. That is irritating. I don't have a particularly massive love affair for the default options as well. Probably going to be using Xbox 360 pad for this one, although if it's even slightly accurate, it does appear that you can only use D-pad, which is a bit odd. Nevertheless, we have two attack buttons, a jump it appears, which for some reason is on Y, and we also have a sprint and a shatter. So we're going to see what happens. At the moment, though, the 360 pad is not functioning. Let me just check that I did not indeed make a mistake. And it is indeed plugged in. Yep, it is indeed plugged in. So we'll have to see if it functions in game. Speaking of which, let's click on Indeed New Game. And we are greeted with, of course, a loading screen, which is pretty much what you'd expect. A strange power coming together as if it wants to form something. It wants to form something, I believe, actually, is what it said. But regardless, the game doesn't look too bad. From first impressions, it looks a little bit old. Kind of like a PS2 game, if you will. But it doesn't look awful. Alright. Okay, we can run. Use arrow keys. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to be an interesting one. Right.
If anyone should ever find this journal, know that this kingdom was once a place of life and joy.
It's a really cool sketch, I'll give them that.
My castle stood as an impregnable stronghold and symbol of power. It was an architectural wonder, with stained glass windows all around, showing scenes of soldiers in the form of creatures, giving it a sense of magic. Unlike many other castles, mine did not have a keep as its last line of defense. Instead, if the castle is ever breached, defenders concealed within its walls will come alive and obliterate the intruders with no mercy. These protectors were the same stained soldiers of the castle, loyal to whoever sits the throne.
It's a unique storyline.
I needed one thing to make my life complete. My child. And I was blessed with a fine son.
Isn't it does he look like I have a bit of a maniacal grin?
But as destiny would have it, while me and my queen ordered feasts
and
gifts for everyone.
Interesting.
And the whole kingdom was busy celebrating the arrival of their prince. Darkness fell.
It tends to do that.
In the queen's chamber, cuddling my baby when a guard rushed in with news that we have been attacked by a hideous enemy, the Scourge.
Oh god, World of Warcraft.
To save my kingdom.
Arafus, what are you doing? Arafus, step!
Ran for it, but I was too late. Scourge took over the kingdom and the castle with it. It got hold of the throne and took over the powers of the castle. I am keeping my baby in this lifeguard, with the hope that one day he will rise, win over the Scourge, and restore this kingdom to its past glory.
So what am I playing as the baby?
One day again, the good will prevail over evil. I am leaving ample instructions here in this journal to follow in my footsteps.
Which are for some reason just laying on the ground.
Kingdom. I believe till there's one good soul left, there's still hope.
If the Scourge was so powerful to be able to take over the entire castle, why would they give a rat's ass about the castle? That's kind of what I'm thinking. But maybe that's just me overthinking things. Okay, so we can indeed do that. How do you jump? Okay, for some reason it's not bound to jump, despite the fact that everything else. So that's going to make my life quite interesting unless it's put it onto a different button. And we have yet another loading screen. Okay, so this one's interesting. Oh, wait, hang on, no. RT is jump, apparently, which is an odd one. Is there a sprint? Oh, there we go, sprint is, for some reason, on LT. Why is it on LT? I'm almost positive in the options it was showing it as something different. Maybe I'm just imagining things. The bigger question... Okay, is... Oh no. There we go. That's what you get for bloody pressing A to jump. Alright. I'm still not really sure what the hell I'm supposed to do here. Okay, well, I have no idea what the hell those buttons are bound to, so I'm going to have to press I. What the hell? What? It... Rotate is... Oh, I see. Hint. Yeah, it's showing it to be like that, but... I don't know if I'm really just missing something ridiculously simple. And believe me, it's extremely irritating to turn this thing as well. It doesn't feel like there's a natural pivot point. There we go. Okay, you know what? Forget that. Let's just leave it a bloody alone. I don't really care. Can you jump on that? No. No, apparently you can jump on that. So what, do I need that to do something? Alright, what about if I was to... God, the jumping on this game! Oh, okay, I see. Alright, I don't even have a clue at the moment. This is one of those titles where I'm going in, I think to myself, what the balls is going on? Alright. Okay. Glowing spots are weak points. I believe right here. Alright, what about if we go... Oh, wow. How many times am I supposed to murder this dude? He's not exactly doing like a Kamehameha or something, is he? He's just kind of nonchalantly swinging a scythe. I played as Jeddah in Darks... because... I have a love affair for people with scythes. People with scythes are cool. You're just grim. Not Grim Reaper, you're just grim. Oh dear, I see. So, the more you... Well, jumping attacks are just shit. I'll give you a clue. There we go. Your character is not exactly the most agile. He's not a ninja. And I don't think you've got any dodge abilities other than nonchalantly kind of walking. Alright, anyway. Let's smash that as well. What the... Well, you just... Is my life going down automatically or something? just being in his presence. I don't even know. I don't even have a clue. Let's try this one more time. Look, Mario. This is so awkward. There's very few times I can say to myself that, you know what, I actually have no desire to move forward on a game, and this is one of them. Oh no, he actually is hitting me, apparently. Come on. This is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? You kind of just got to... Ow. There we go. Is he dead? Please tell me, for the love of God, he's dead. There we freaking go. Bloody hell. Right. Stamp. And up we go. Wow. That was just awful. Oh, is this Smash or not? Okay. I'm assuming... Okay, you just instantly die. Okay. So, what you're supposed to do... I don't have a clue. You can't... Even the jumping is, like, extremely irritatingly awkward. Okay, can you just... Okay. Yeah, but you know what's not helpful? I don't know how you break any of these windows. That's what's not helpful. I can honestly say this is possibly one of the worst games I've actually... Okay, you can't go back. See, it looks like you can break that, doesn't it? It would make sense to be able to break that. Unless I'm just... Oh, there we go. Wow, that was just irritating. You see what I mean about it's just unnecessarily, like, you have to be exactly the right spot and... Okay. Oh. Okay, so we've got two. We can go to the left. Really? No! Oh, okay. That wasn't so bad. Okay. So, what? The only thing to do is to kill myself? Because it doesn't look like I can get the height necessary to make that. Okay, can I do a run jump? No. Okay, so basically you have to kill yourself, as far as I can understand. Okay, I know this works, but I don't quite know the position to make it work. There we go. Eventually it will do it. Oh dear. Okay. No! Ah! I believe I sum up the whole video experience with that. Deary me. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to actually care at this point. I'm unsure if that's the idea. Like, there was one game, I don't remember the name of it, but you know what? I think that's me done. I can't bring myself to play this anymore. I'll just be honest. There was one game, I can't remember the name of it. It was released back in the days of like the 8-bit systems. I never played it myself, but basically they made the game really, really hard on this one section. There was like this jump, and the idea was basically, I think it might have been even Airwolf actually. It might have been Airwolf. But regardless, anyway, this one section was so difficult. The idea was that it was technically possible to do, but it was kind of like pretty much impossible. And anyway, one guy eventually managed it because he kept playing and playing and playing and playing and playing. And when you got to that point, you realised they hadn't actually finished the game. In other words, they made it so difficult, so, you know, they just didn't have to finish the game, basically. This is kind of like that. I don't know if there's an ending to this game, because it's so bad, I don't actually want to go any further. I know that sounds really harsh. Normally I'm not so harsh to games, you know that. And I appreciate some aspects of the game. I quite like the graphics. I quite like even the idea of the glass. It makes for an interesting change. And if it was a bit more like Trine, maybe not the puzzle aspects, but just the, I don't know, the combat was a bit more fluid, or the jumping was a bit more fluid, or something or another, I'd be like, you know what, this is a pretty decent attempt. It's fairly cheap. I believe it's like £6 or something. But it's just awkward. It just plays awkwardly. It feels like you're kind of underwater. I mean, you're seeing it. More to the point, it doesn't explain itself well enough. You know, it gives you puzzles and so on. You're kind of expected to do them, and that's it. You know, normally that's not a big deal. But when you're hampered with terrible controls as well, you don't want to make a mistake, because you feel like if you make a mistake, you're getting doubly punished. Does it have any redeeming features? The graphics, the music are reasonable. It plays fairly reasonably in terms of like the controls aren't that bad. You know, they roughly do what you expect. But for my control pad, for example, you know, if I'm just pressing the RT button, you can see there is a slight delay on the jump, and the running jump is pretty awful. I don't know if it'll be any better on keyboard. I don't think so. No, there's still a very slight delay. When I say slight, I'm talking microseconds. It's not like, you know, a second later or something. The combat is just not that great. I don't know if there'll be any other weapons later on. I'll be honest, I probably won't go any further to find this out. So yeah, it does have some redeeming features. It has a relatively interesting, astounding storyline. It's nowhere near unique, but it just doesn't grab me. The graphics are reasonable and acceptable. I can deal with them. For an indie game, they're, you know, more than okay. Especially because there's actually levels of detail options, although they're not exactly amazing. You can't, for example, change shadow details or what have you. But even the graphics themselves and the characters aren't that impressive. I think for me it's mostly the gameplay, and the fact that I just can't be asked is really what it comes down to. Find out what the hell's happening half the way through. So yeah, this one is getting a, if you're a very big fan of the genre, you might want to check it out, otherwise stay away from it rating for me. But other than that, hopefully you guys have enjoyed my rage at least, because goodness knows you didn't get to enjoy any skill or awesome gameplay in this one. Anyway, hopefully you guys have found the video helpful and help you inform you of whether you wish to make the purchase or not. And as per normal, rate, subscribe, you know the drill, and I will see you guys around soon. Bye for now.